Hello, I'm PhocusWire Editor-in-Chief Mitra Sorrells, and today I am joined by Michael Yeomans. He is Vice President of Portfolio Management and Go-to-Market for Hospitality at Amadeus. Michael, welcome.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
So today we are talking about key trends driving success in hospitality. Michael, I know in your role you are interacting with hospitality executives from all sorts of properties and markets around the globe. Can you begin by sharing your perspective on what you are hearing from them and what some of the main issues are?
Yeah, sure. So I think COVID is still around. So to your question there, and we're seeing different response rates, different recoveries globally across regions. So when we're speaking to teams in the US, it's one thing, in EMEA another, and then APAC another, and then even within submarkets. When I look back at the things that were starting out during the first early years of COVID and during the recovery, the first thing, it was all about access to demand. If you're a hotel who traditionally has been reliant on business travel or corporate channels, you needed to quickly pivot. You needed to pivot to get access to leisure channels, to get omni-channel reach. And hoteliers are really then looking for that comprehensive view of channel performance, profitability, and having various flexible options to access that demand. So I think firstly, it was all demand. Yep. Then suddenly we had this huge recovery and everyone was having great occupancy rates. And the really sad thing then was around the staffing just became this huge major pain point. In the last year or so, we're hearing this more and more. And it's a global issue. It's not just in North America. It's not just in Europe. It's a global issue. Finding and retaining great talent at your property. Really trying to build great career models for people within the property and within a group. And then global inflations have just come in and completely compounded that challenge. So hoteliers, I believe, are looking for providers who help them be as streamlined and as efficient as possible. And providing training and ongoing hotel management is critical. And this is where we have solutions like Hot Sauce, industry-known solution, helping provide preventative maintenance, cleaning planning tools, really trying to focus on how to make those properties efficient. I think the third thing that we see coming more and more, and this has been something that has been a trend for a while, but particularly from COVID, guest expectations have heightened. Every guest now.
We certainly covered that.
I mean, every guest they expect in the palm of their hand. They want to have every option, and they expect it to be personalized for them. But the experiences they have in other industries, they expect that to be consistent. So within hospitality, the shopping experience, it needs to be clean, personalized. The path to conversion, if there's any hiccup, speed of result, clarity of information, there's a lost sale. For us, we've taken our Booking Engine 4, which was independently recognized as a leading booking engine. We've then launched Booking Engine 5. This is increasing conversion by 20%. And we're doing this by having a deep integration with the website, with guest management tools, and really leveraging profile data to go back and really focus on giving that guest expectation exactly what they want in terms of a personalized offering. The last thing that I see, and it's kind of popping up, and we're seeing this more and more, with the bigger chains, but also with the independents, is the need to differentiate your brand, the bring an exceptional service to make yourself unique compared to your competitors. I find that hoteliers are continuing to question the build versus buy conundrum.
Yeah.
The challenge is hoteliers, they want to work with providers who are stable, secure. They're not changing ownership and changing hands frequently, and they want them to be a long-term partner in building out the core blocks of technology. This really, we're looking for the hotels to focus on what makes them unique. The guest experience, their people, the hotel developments, and probably hoteliers, they don't want to be in the IT business. They want to prioritize, focus in the hospitality business and partner with IT experts.
So yeah, there's a lot there to unpack. As you think about some of those challenges, and you kind of referenced it there about maybe some similarities between the bigger chains and the independents. I wonder if you can touch on that a bit more, because I would assume that there's some things that are very similar, and then there are really some points of differentiation.
Yeah, for sure. But at a similarities level, there's some fundamental basics which large chains, independents have very similar needs. And these needs are really at the core foundation of Amadeus Hospitality. We obsess over these every day. Everything that we do revolves around these things. And to list them out, number one, this is access to and the conversion of demand. I talked about it at the beginning. So for COVID-19, we needed to help our hoteliers getting access to demand. So this means presence across all of the key distribution channels.
Yeah.
It goes beyond just distribution, but it's also helping them get direct distribution. So direct traffic coming in for bookings. So having omni-channel media providers. The other thing, rather than just distribution, I think it's also access to relevant data insights.
Right.
Having your own property data is good. Having yesterday's data around the market is good. But being unique is really about forward-looking market data, looking at the competitive insights and intelligence around your market. We find this is really giving properties the edge.
Okay.
So if one is demand, the second one is ability to provide great guest experiences. So big chains, smaller independents, it's consistent. Bringing consistent experiences from the first brand engagement across the stay and then post-stay as well. It's recognizing loyal guests and making them feel special and valued. And it's providing the staff at the property with critical information across every touch point, which helps them give that unique experience at the property. So that's the second one, guest experiences. And then the third one, again, completely consistent across every hotel site, helping them to provide operational efficiency at the property. And we talked to it at the beginning. It's helping them to find and retain staff, which is tough right now. So making onboarding and training as simple as possible, making tools that delight users. We want our users of the tools to love working with them. And these are the three which we really focus on in terms of what's similar across different hotel types.
Okay.
The difference is then, sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
I think the difference is then the execution of that and how you want to work with many providers, you want to work with some highly strategic providers working together, or do you want to have a complete solution in a box? And this varies by group size. And in the independent space, we have thousands of customers here and that we're speaking to, and really they want efficiency. They want that solution in a box. They want low touch onboarding, low touch operations. And independents as hotels, they have a unique offering. And so we want to help them replicate that across the experience. Whilst for larger chains, I think they're looking more for corporate controls. Right. They're looking to ensure brand standards are consistent across every property. And particularly as we see groups start to get bigger and bigger and having much more properties within the group, but then also having different brands within the group. So having that corporate control. For me here in a world of cloud computing, open APIs, the technology today offers hotels the opportunity to have a fully connected ecosystem. They expect us as providers to be open to partnerships and to help reduce fragmentation in the industry. And I think for us, we have 1,200 partners and growing, but it's not just a case of volume. It's also a case of what do we build that's unique and adds value to the property. So going deeper with those partners.
Okay. So let's talk a bit more about the topic of personalization. I'm sure, you kind of mentioned it, and we've all heard this before, that many other industries have figured it out better than travel. How can hoteliers provide a more personalized experience to their guests, both during the booking process and then also when they're on property?
So I think there's no secrets that we need the right tools and the right systems and view on the guests. And then also that needs to be equipped to the people who are communicating with the guests. So at a base level, you need your back-end systems, the content that you want to offer, the understanding of the guest and the profile, and your team all in harmony. They need to be in sync. And so if your core systems, they work seamlessly, this gives the confidence to the property that they can focus on the guest, not focus on IT. Then if you've got the right offer to be able to give to the guests, hospitality, the mind quickly goes to the bed and the bedroom, and that's what hotels offer. But the hospitality experience can be much more. Right. So helping hoteliers provide attributes outside of the room, or even outside of the property, insurance, transport options, on-site destinations. So giving that rich experience offer to the guest. And then thirdly, consume guest profile data at every touch point. You need to work with providers who are thinking with a guest-first mindset. Every touch point is an opportunity to learn and collect information on the guest. And this needs to be considered your oil, because then this oil needs to be injected back. So if you centralize and have a centralized guest view and that profile, this is injected back into every touch point, either automated, as you were mentioning, across the booking flow in a digital journey, or giving it to the hotel team so that when the guest walks through the door, they continue to receive that consistent brand experience.
Okay. We've certainly covered quite a bit on PhocusWire about M&A activity in the industry. What are your thoughts on this consolidation, and is it a good thing for hoteliers?
Look, the industry is highly fragmented. We have seen a period of accelerated M&A activity across the industry. Certainly the last 5 years, we've seen strategic acquisitions, and we've seen private equity really entering and looking to either buy similar solutions and patch them together, or buy bundled solutions and offer bundles. I think for us, consolidation needs to be much more than just M&A and buying up different providers. It requires a commitment and an investment to stitch these products together. For us in hospitality, we're on a mission to make technology easier. So an acquisition is there because we see an opportunity to go in and change something. And for us, transforming the industry is one of our key themes that we follow internally. This journey to transform and to invest and stitch solutions together, I believe we're ahead of others in the journey. We've got leading levels of investment. We've been on this journey for a long time now, and we have a long-term mindset. We are committed to this industry. And we know, the day-to-day conversations, we know hotels want integrated solutions. They want to integrate the data and assets to provide more value to their guests. I think on consolidation, we talked about M&A. We've talked about the investment of stitching solutions together. The other thing that I think is relevant and worth talking to here, consolidation can also happen by bringing together key relationships that the industry needs and our customers need. So working with other providers, building stronger partnerships. I think this is critical. We're certainly seeing a wave of this to support our customers. And I mentioned before the 1,200 partners and growing that we have. This is a key part of our strategy execution.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that we've heard quite a bit about, more of a willingness to collaborate and work together as we've come out of the pandemic. Yeah. So that's interesting.
We have to, yeah.
Of course, we're coming up on the end of the year. As you think ahead to 2023, what is on your radar, and what are some of Amadeus's priorities?
So for 2023, I'm going to start personally. Business travel, I think, is back close to 2019 levels. This year, I've been able to travel more than I did in 21, which was more than I did in 2020. But there's still a lot of colleagues and customers I'd like to get out there and see. And next year, I'm planning, trips across. I'm based in Madrid, and I'm planning to get back to NORAM planning to get out to Asia Pacific, we need to remind ourselves why the hospitality industry is the greatest industry to work in. That when you go and meet with people, to back this up, our Agency 360 data is showing Q4 this year globally we're about 10 to 20% off GDS booking levels from 2019.
Okay.
So still a way to go, but a year ago we were 50% off. So I think this is an important momentum. Yes, for me to go and see colleagues and customers, but yes, for the industry as well, because of the value of what business travel brings to the industry. I think the second one I want to talk about is the continued rollout of our new booking engine. I mentioned before that we're seeing 20% uplift on conversion. I'm excited to see how far we can push this and how much we can increase conversion rates for our customers. Take a property with 1,000 bookings a month today, $100 ADR. This can bring you an incremental 20,000 revenue a month. We're talking from a conceptual idea to hard impact for our customers. So really excited about seeing this roll out and the impact for our customers. And finally, the continued investment we're making in next generation services. I talked to our long-term commitments. Attribute-based selling capabilities is something critical for us and strategic. Our central reservation system is built from the ground up to consume attributes. So this moves beyond the industry norm of selling guest rooms and plugging ancillaries into that. And this truly enables the guest to have that personalized experience, provides the guest choice, it provides them transparency. And I think for the property, it's going to give them better conversion, better guest satisfaction, and increase RevPAR. So again, really trying to focus the investments we're making to making direct impacts for the guest and for the property.
Yeah, that attribute-based selling is certainly something we're hearing about everybody we talk to, it seems. So we are just about out of time. Michael, I think we've covered quite a bit. Any final thoughts that you'd like to share?
Look, I keep it simple. At the end of the day, hoteliers want to drive profitable demands. They want to power operational efficiency, and they want to deliver memorable guest experiences. This is our passion. It's the driver behind everything that we do. We want to continue to innovate. We continue to find solutions to the new challenges in the industry. And the industry can have confidence. Amadeus will continue to invest. This is an exciting industry, and we're here for the future.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Michael Yeomans from Amadeus Hospitality, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.